from Newcastle, Ontario, Canada. Our Newcastle goes back to 1796 with the Lubkin family. They were the first settlers in the area. The village itself formed about 1834 or so. It was originally called Crandall's Corners after a man who owned a local hotel, and by 1841 was known as Newcastle. It amalgamated with another community on Lake Ontario called Bond Head in 1856, and both towns together became known as the village of Newcastle. And the village of Newcastle has been thriving ever since. Some of the things that have happened here that you may have heard about are the Massey Harris or Massey Ferguson factory that actually started here in the 1840s and was here until 1879, and they shipped agricultural implements all over the world. Here in Canada, we had in the 1800s a patent medicine company called Northrop Lyman, and although they did move to Toronto as well, they did start here in Newcastle. Professor Charles Henry Brent from our Anglican church here became very influential in the Anglican church and was the bishop for the Philippines in the 1920s. And there's Joseph Atkinson, the man who owned the Toronto Star, is also from Newcastle, and he started out with nothing. He was a very poor boy. He even told a story how, as a young boy, he was watching the kids skate on a pond in the winter, and he was crying because he couldn't afford a pair of skates. They were that poor. And a lady saw him, and she actually brought him up to the main street here and bought him a pair of skates. And in his later years, he was a millionaire, and he was very philanthropic and gave to many charities, including children's charities. And there's a government plaque for him here. There's also a government plaque for the Massey family as well. And we shouldn't forget the Baldwins. Again, although the Baldwins didn't stay in Newcastle, they moved to Toronto as well. But the Baldwins, William Baldwin settled here, and his grandson, Robert Baldwin, was very important to us because he was one of two gentlemen that brought responsible government to Canada. That is, government with representation in the 1840s. So the government as we know it today started because of a family that had settled here in Newcastle. How's that?